Howdy folks, Todd with Great Escape Farms here. Today I am going to plant some seeds. It is just about, we're approaching mid-February, and this morning it was 25 degrees out, and right now we're approaching 60, and this might be the last time that I see 60 degrees until March sometime. And I need to plant some pawpaw seeds and some other things that have been stratifying. So I'm going to put them in these big totes here and some smaller ones. Eventually they will go in this 14-inch pot right here, but they will go individually in here, and I don't have enough soil to do them all. So what I do is I mass plant in here. The ones that actually sprout by April or so will individually get planted in a big pot, and by the fall they will be ready for individual sales. Unfortunately, this time of year there aren't many fools like me out planting, so I had no choice but to pick up this particular brand of potting mix. It's not my preferred brand, but it's what I ended up with. Anyhow, this morning the bags were completely frozen, but now that we are up close to 60 degrees and out in the sun, they are pretty much defrosted. And let me show you what we're dealing with here, or what we're gonna be working on, at least to some extent. This is our stratification refrigerator. Let's see if I can get this out, along with our eggs here. And all of these are various different seeds, and I'm going to plant some, not all of these today. So let me lay them out on a table over here so you can see what we're dealing with. Here are all the seeds laid out on the table here. Looked like more when it was in the drawer, but anyhow, these are Chinese chestnuts from my local tree here. A couple different sources for persimmon seeds here. Have a couple different cherry bushes. So we have Nanking cherry there, Jan bush, Korean bush, Carmen, Jewel. Thought I had another one. I guess that's it. And then let's see, we have Cornus moss here, which is dogwood. We have peach pits from my peach tree here. We have Turkish rocket from my garden. Kusa dogwood seeds, which again is a type of dogwood with edible fruit. Have goji berry here that I dehydrated, and the dehydration process might have made these inviable. So that's kind of an experiment for me. Sweet scarlet gumi here. I have quite a few gumi seeds. I have ramp seeds here, and you can see some of those are already starting to break dormancy here. And then I have many different bags of all different varieties here of the pawpaws. And this one right here is Overlease, and I have, what is this one, Shenandoah. And it won't come true to form to the parent, but it should come up with many of the properties of the parent. So we call those select. So it was a little more frozen than I figured it was. This is what's left of one bag. The defrosted stuff is here, and in this pot I am about an inch and a half below this first line right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the seeds out, and then I am going to fill up to this line right here, and I am going to put the label in. So this one is Pawpaw Overlease, and 108, that's the number of seeds. So 108 seeds there. Okay, so I have the seeds here. Overlease Pawpaw seeds, 108, 2021. And I'm just gonna dump them in here. Just gonna spread them out on top. And cover them up. And I'm not gonna bore you with me covering this up with seeds, but I'm gonna go up to this line right here, loosely packing them in. I will not water them for the moment. In a couple hours, I will take them over to our office, which is over in the mobile there next door. And that way they will be warm, and we keep it at 62 degrees or above over there. So that will allow these to start germinating. Pawpaws actually take quite a while to germinate, up to 4 or 5 weeks before you see anything come up. But while it's germinating, it's sending roots down. So the roots will all go down. They will get a little bit tangled up, but they're usually it's a single taproot that goes down. So when I take it apart in April or so, I'll be dealing with just a taproot. I should be able to break this up. I've done it many times in the past without breaking the taproot, and then I put it in its individual container right here, and everything is good to go. Well, I actually made it further than I thought. I only had this one Joel bush cherry left. There were only 3, so I did it based on the number of seeds and everything. But basically, I ran out of potting soil. So what I have here, what I have left are chunks of ice, and I might be able to get the last one going by the end of today. I don't know. We'll see. Let me show you what we ended up with. Murphy, stop barking, dude. And this is what I'm taking over the office. The stuff on the back here I'll have to put up front, but I just wanted to show you what's going on. And everything is potted up, ready to go. It'll go next door and get watered. And I have ramp seeds, Turkish rocket in 2 different flavors here, and the chestnuts, which I'm going to take over. So the chestnuts I'm just going to leave out, and the ramp seeds I'm going to actually put in trays here, and I'll do the same with the Turkish rocket. It would just be easier to grow them out considering the quantity that I have here and the size of the seeds and the fact that the roots don't go that particularly deep with the ramps and the Turkish rocket as far as getting them started. So the seeds are all moved over into the office, and this is my grow room here. You see lots of grow lights. The seeds themselves don't need grow lights, but it's just handy for me to have them in here. Plus the grow lights kind of heated up a little. So I said 62 degrees is what we keep the temperature set on over here. However, with the grow lights and all, this particular room will get up into the 70s during the daytime when the sun is coming in the window here. So they've been watered. They're sitting here, and my daughter, when she walked in here, said it looked like a Dexter's kill room in here with all the plastic. But just trying to protect the floor and everything here. You can see where I watered. There's some water coming out the bottom there. But I have the plants here, and I have several underneath there. Let me see if I can get a look at this. Everything is protected by the plastic, and it's nice and warm. And again, they don't need sunshine until they actually get leaves spoken up, which will be a couple of weeks. So they're fine like this, and at some point I'll move them around and I will individually pot them once they get up and running. So that's about it. Oh, by the way, I will have individual videos on each one of these. So pawpaws and Korean bush cherry and Nanking bush cherry and stuff like that, on how to start seeds, how long you have to stratify the seeds and stuff like that. But I will not complete and put those videos out until about the time that you would normally harvest the seeds, which would be summer or fall time frame, because it just makes more sense to do that, because that's the start of the whole process. Wouldn't make much sense to put that out right now. So look for those coming later on in 2022. And also I will be putting out a bunch of hydroponic videos on making the solution and seed starting and different Kradke solutions and pressurized air stones and stuff like that. So look for that coming in the future as well. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.